Hello, folks. Welcome to this episode of Daily Market Update. Hope you had a fabulous weekend and it was a great week of Super Bowl. And we are back to the markets. So today, let's first, before I get started, let me share this disclaimer. All the information presented in this video is for educational purposes only, and you can use this information for your buy and sell decision, but you're solely responsible for your decisions, okay? So having taken care of the disclaimer, let's quickly move on to the news today. The important news today is, number one is, market news. The number one is like the Ukraine is going through the diplomacy route, and that means that there is not like one less danger involved, and that's a good news. And the market seems to be rebounding from that one today in the pre-market. And other than that, we have there's a mix in news here. European stocks drop on the fear of Ukraine, and the US stocks flatten out as Russian foreign minister backs continuation of diplomacy. I think maybe we might have a little bit of relief bounce before we get further down into the territory. So, okay. So having said that, and one of the big stocks that are in a big move today is the Splunk. Splunk might be a good day trade today, which we'll talk about in the later section. So let's quickly dive into the charts for each of the markets and then go from there, okay? So on Friday, we played the SPY puts and also the AVGO puts, and both of them have been extremely profitable. And today what we are seeing is the market is rebounding in the pre-market. You see this, it has rebounded from the area of 435. So, but in yesterday's market, it didn't reach the 435. That was the area that I was expecting, because that is where the moving average 50 is. So if we break through the moving average 50, then we are looking at the area of 410, the 410. So this has to be a strong support here. So in the pre-market, we see that the market has gone to 435 and then is forming a doji. It has gone to 440. So I think similarly, we might see today market going to 435. So from the 435, we might have a 45-degree bounce, which might be up to 446. But I don't see anything more than that. Maybe we might see, and then we might see. But the key level is moving average 50. If it goes below this, then the next one is the moving average 200 is way far below. Let's not get there. It is somewhere here. But what we are looking at is this level, which is 410. The reason why I'm thinking about these levels is it has crossed both the Ichimoku conversion and the base level. If you look at it, both of them are okay. Both of them, it is on the weekly chart. Again, I've been looking at the weekly chart to get a much clearer perspective. Both of them are 450. So it has gone below both of the levels. The next level is the cloud. As per pure Ichimoku, so this is where we are looking at 419.30. And last time when it went here, it didn't touch the cloud at all. So that is one thing that is bothering me. It didn't touch it as a bounce, so it might go back to the cloud and to even to the bottom of the cloud, which is at 384 or those kind of levels. So I'm not speculating anything here. I'm trading I'm looking at what I'm seeing. So just going by these levels, it needs to go above the moving average 10 to get any kind of move, 457.61, and that didn't happen. It came back. But one thing to notice here is on the positive side, it is 3 weeks above the moving average 50. It is having a strong support at the moving average 50, so which is at 437. Okay, so that is what we are looking at. So if it crosses this, then we are looking at the next level, which is 486. If it crosses 457.61. So let's see how the market is going to behave. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. So the SPY, keep a watch on 435 levels and see for a little bit of relief bounce, or will it cross 457.61 is the key. Okay, that's what it is. Now, this next level is the QQQ. QQQ is pretty, has fallen down a bit, and it didn't even hold on above the moving average 50 if you look at it. It just came below this level, and it didn't cross the crucial GAN level of 361. So it just fell down from here, and it didn't even reach this level, which is 382. So which is what, but here the good part is, you see that it crossed above the Ichimoku cloud. It crossed above the, it went and touched the Ichimoku top of the cloud. And then what happened is it didn't go and touch the, what is that? Well, let's look at the next level, which is the conversion, which is 375.65. It did touch that. It did touch the it didn't touch the 375.65. Oops, sorry guys. Having a tough time here. The 375.65, no, it didn't touch that level. So that was kind of surprising. It should have a move to 375.65. So that is what I'm expecting. So usually when it goes from one level to the other, it goes closer to the next level, and it touches that and it falls back. But here it didn't touch the 379.50, 60, 369.37. So it looks like we have a other move up, right? That's what I am feeling. Again, let's see how the market behaves. Market has its own idiosyncrasies. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so QQQ, if it goes below the cloud, then we are looking at the next level, which is 314.73, and the support is around 334. So one thing we have to understand is that round numbers play a very significant role in the market's market mindset. What we mean by the market is the buyers and the sellers. Always it tends to bounce from the round numbers. So let's see what happens today. Whether it will go back to the 369 level, which is at the moving average 10. The moving average 10 is 374, and the conversion is at 369. But how fast? Like, will it go back to the level of 342? I think so. The reason is it has fallen down from 370, high of 370, and that leads to 350. So it has already gone 90 degrees up. So if we have one more level and it reaches here, which will be 383. So that is that's what it is, folks. So we have one more level. It has fallen down 370 to 345. That is like, it fell like 25 degree, 25. So it's a 12, 13. So it looks perfect for a rebound to 383. So that's what it looks like. The next one I wanted to talk about is IWM. IWM is, again, it is coming from the top of the cloud, and you see this doesn't touch this one, which is $217.05. So if it goes to this level, then we must see a bounce. Again, here the same scenario from the cloud lead span B. It didn't even touch the conversion. The conversion is at 226. So the conversion is at 226. Is that right? Oh, it is way below. Oh, okay. Let me know. It's at 207.61, but it formed a high. So it did touch this, but it didn't touch the moving average 10. So the moving average 10 is the first resistance in terms of moving averages. Usually it would touch the conversion on the moving average 10. So we are seeing at this level. So from here, it should go, it should get, it has a little bit. So from what I'm seeing, the SPY, everyone, there seems to be a little bit more move to the top. There is a one more relief bounce. QQQ to 383, and this one is to at least to this level, which is 217. Will it from where did it start? It started from 188. So 195, 202, 209, and 209 is where it went, I believe. Yes, it didn't hit. So we might see a little bit of bounce to 216 at least, right? That's what it is. We should see a bounce to this level, which is at the top of the wedge. So this is what we are looking at, 216, and if it goes there, we should see 221. It may not see 220, more than 225, but we are seeing here. So from there, we have to see whether it has more uptrend. Okay. So having taken care of the markets, let's go for Apple. Apple yesterday was a big, last week was a big like, you know, it was trying to find 2 days or 2 weeks above the moving average 10, but it went below. And it is also, the conversion is at 168.82. So it also went below the conversion, so which is not a good sign. So basically, but if you look at the upper trend line, the upper trend line is still, it hasn't touched it. So it has tried to form 2 weeks, is that right? So let's see here, the price was high of 170.30, no, close was 170.33, and the moving average 10 was 170.11. So it tried to, then here it was high of close of 172.39, so 2 weeks above moving average 10. And how much was the conversion? The conversion was also pretty good. It was 2 weeks above the moving average 10, and it was just a blip. So we might see this guy bouncing in the market too. So, but it has gone down, so we might see it go to the bottom of the cloud, which may be 163, then we might see this. I'm not sure, but what I'm seeing is definitely it has gone down below the moving average 10 and which of conversion. So we got to see whether it has legs to go back again. So this week might decide. If it forms 2 weeks below this, then we might be in a downtrend. But we want to see if it bounces back this week above the moving average 10, which is around 172.34. So if it can get above that, then we might see a further uptrend in Apple. The next one I wanted to talk about is Tesla. Tesla was beaten up big time last week, but if you see closely, it didn't form a lower low yet, and it didn't hit the moving average 10. It didn't touch even the moving average 50, but it bounced, but it didn't touch the moving average 10, which was at 972, right? So we got to see whether this has a move. Usually when the stocks go up, they go to the support or the resistance it has, and then it traces back. So here it didn't even touch that line, I feel. So we got to see whether it has legs to go here to this level. So the 1000 level, this is this week, which forms a complete rotation from 952 was a 180 degrees. So that was 968, 984, 1000 and 1016. So we should see, and this line is matching up with it. So we will see Tesla going about 1000. I'm hoping that it will reach the 1000 and then keep falling back because it didn't touch the moving average 50. The moving average 50 is at 789.83. It only went up to a lower, so it has definitely one more leg down to 789 and below. And because it crossed this, we might see these levels, 677 at least, to the bottom of the cloud, 600. So, but it needs to go to this level first, which is 1000.
Srini, quick question. So Tesla had a lower low, right, on the weekly chart?
1 second. What was the question?
Tesla had a lower low on the weekly chart, right? Because the last
hello
week
folks,
low was
welcome
around,
to this episode of Daily Market Update.
862. This
hope
week
you had a fabulous
broke.
weekend. Yeah, that is true. But what I am looking at is not that like that. I'm looking at the crust. The crust is like the all-time swing low.
Let's first,
So
before I get
basically,
started,
if you look at the
let
swing low,
me
it doesn't
share
touch
the
the swing. It
disclaimer.
doesn't gone
All the
below
information
swing low.
presented in this video is for educational
Yeah,
purposes
you
only,
didn't swing low,
and
but I was just
you
trying
can
to,
use
week
this
over week I
information for
saw
your buy and
more
sell
bearish.
decision,
That's why I was
but you're solely
confused.
responsible for your
I
decision.
mentioned
Okay?
so
So having
low,
taken care of the disclaimer,
what I
let's
meant is
quickly
the
move
swing
on
low.
to the
Sorry,
news
that
today.
was the wrong thing. Thanks for pointing
The
it out.
important news
Yes,
today
I meant it
is,
by
number
swing
one
low.
is
Basically, it has started the swing
market
from
news.
792,
The number one
but
is
it
like
hasn't
the
touched
Ukraine is going through the diplomacy route, and that means
the line of trend line
that means
yet,
that
and it
there
just
is not like
retraced.
one less
So
danger
definitely
involved,
that is where we are looking at
and that's
here.
a good news. And
Basically,
the market
will it
seems
go
to be
here
rebounding from
and
that.
go back? Because usually when you go this way, and other than that, we have you can see example of for example, Google hit this line and then fell back. So if you see here, Google, it went all the way here and it hit it. Similarly,
before
Amazon,
we get further down
two of the other stocks which are clearly in the
so
downtrend.
having said that, and one of the big stocks that are in a big
3180 level,
move today is
3200 level.
Splunk might be a good day trade today, which we'll talk about in the later section.
So that is why it's
quickly
very
dive
important
into
to
the
identify
charts for
the
each of
support
the
and the
markets and then
resistances
go from there.
and play according to it.
So
On Friday, we played the SPY put
No, that's good.
and
That's all.
also
I was just.
sorry, I meant profitable. Okay. And today, what we are seeing is the market is rebounding in the pre. We saw Apple, we saw Tesla, Google, Amazon. But in yesterday's market, it didn't reach FB is a very, very unique situation. That is where the big part about FB is. So the FB fell two rotations as per the GAN, and it was really at the very, very low. So, but the sad part is it was trying to form in the pre-market. You see that the market has got candlestick above the moving average 200. If it is really going to finish below moving average 200, it's really sad. That means it's really, really in a very bad shape. That's what it is, because any stock going below moving average, but I don't see anything more than that. It's not good for it in the long run. Maybe you might see. I haven't seen many of the good stocks going so much down. It goes below this, but the next means it could, like some people are predicting, it could be the doom of Facebook. 200 is way far below. But this week will not get there. It is somewhere if it can close above the moving average level. If it closes above the reason why I'm thinking about first level will be it has crossed moving average to 100, which is conversion, and the next level will be the moving average 10, which is the 10 and the conversion, which is at around. The conversion is at around, how much is it? 284. And this one is around 306. So this is the trend line that is hitting it here. So this could be a both of them. But let's see what is happening. Again, this is the first week. It has not formed any higher high. Even in the market, it is just picking up. So today the markets are a little bit trying to bounce from this level. But as I was mentioning earlier, the SPY could go up to 435, and then again it can go 419.30. And last time when it went here, again, as I was mentioning, it didn't touch the cloud at all. So that is one thing that is bothering me. It didn't touch it again. So it might go back to the cloud. If you look at Nasdaq again, the bottom of the cloud scenario, 384, those kind of levels. So I'm not speculating anything here. I'm not seeing trading water. I'm just swing low. It has formed a lower low, but going by these levels, it needs to go kind of a replacement the moving average can get any kind of a move 457.61. So and some of the stocks are like so that is why I'm hopefully we might see a blast and then falling down also very quick above the moving average. So it's very, very important to be nimble at the moving average. How nimble you are, and make sure you're managing your positions very well. Okay, so if we are going to see a volatile market, we are looking at the next big moves, big fall, big drops, those kind of things. So let's see how the market. So the next one is Netflix again. That's what Netflix is also same scenario. So the SPY, keep a watch on 435 level. Is like here, and it has formed a 390, or will it cross 457.61 hanging in here? Okay, but the sad part is Netflix and Facebook. Next level is the moving average 200. If you cannot get above the moving average, fallen down a bit, and then we are even fall down above the moving average in a bearish territory. It just came below this level, and it didn't cross the crucial GAN level of crossed here. But it just fell down from here, and as for the Fibonacci level, you see here it went from 87.5, which is what. But here the good part is you see that it crossed above the Ichimoku crossed back above, then it went to 12.5. It went and touched the Ichimoku top of the cloud, and then what happened is it didn't go and as for Ichimoku, it hasn't reached what is this? Let's look at the next level, which is the conversion, which is 375.65. It did touch that. It did either this line has to come down or this has to. I strongly feel there is a stronger move here up to 484 at least. And the 375 conversion is low, it didn't touch that level. So that is kind of surprising. It should have a move quite a while, right? So that's what it is. So that is what I'm expecting. These are the levels that I'm looking. Usually when it goes from one level to the other, it goes closer to the next level. When it's like this like that and coinciding here, but here it 28 touch the 379.50. That's what it is. So having taken care of all, it looks like we have other we miss any stock, right? Okay, one stock for today. Again, let's see how the market behaves. Splunk is looking really good. If you look at Splunk today, what happened is it formed last QQQ. If it goes below the cloud, and today this week it has moved already to 125. And so where could it go? The moving average 20. So one thing we have to understand is the round number. One thing you should notice, guys, whenever you are looking at a bigger chart, that will also reflect in the market mindset. Here, what we mean by the market is the buyers and the sellers. So this is what is going to happen. So this is 133 is the area. So let's see what happens. Want to make a quick today quick move. Then this go back to the your area level, your area of the moving average scaling up. The moving average 10 is 374. So 133 could be a possibility for Splunk. But how to notice if they have earnings on March to the level of 342. So whether they're going to wait for that, the reason it has fallen down from 370. It all depends upon where it will be high of 370, and that leads to 350. So it has already gone 90 degrees. So if we have one more level and it reaches here, which will be 383. So that is that's what it is. So it is below. So we have one more level. It has fallen down. Then we have a good move on the next 2 weeks. 45. That is like. So I would prefer like to play it on the March 3rd and then wait for. So it looks perfect for a rebound, but I don't know how the options are going to be. So that's what it looks like. The next one I want to talk about IWM. There's a move here. In the pre-market, IWM is again, it is coming from the top of the cloud, and you see this doesn't touch on this one, which is $217. The other one is today, so if you are to this level, then we might see we must see a bounce again here, the same scenario. On the cloud lead span B, it didn't even touch the conversion. The conversion is, but this trend line is around 126. And so the conversion is at the moving average 10, which is 198, and it also touched the Ichimoku. Let me know, it's a 207.61, but it formed a high. So it did touch the level, but moving average touched the moving average 10. So the moving average 10 at the first resistance 50 is around 132.40. Usually it would touch the conversion on the moving average 10. And then it should go down at this level. So from here, it should get maybe a shot. So from what I'm seeing, the SPY, everyone, there seems to be a little bit today after the post-market top, like there is one more release. So this is what QQQ to 383. The next one I wanted to talk about is Roblox. This one is Roblox to this level, which is 217. Will it form? It had a very strong week. Started from 188. There is a trend line 195 to 209. Basically, on the weekly chart, 209 is where it went, I believe, 12. And the first average is around 84.82. So we might see a little bit of it has gone. So we might see it going up to 76, right? That's what it is. 84, 82. We should see a bounce for this level. But maybe we may not see so this is about 87 at 216, and we should, because that is very close to the moving average. We may not see 220. We might see going up to 84.51. So from there, that is the level for the Roblox. And also they have taken care of the market. Let's go for after the market. Okay. Apple yesterday was a big last and the next big. The last thing I wanted to talk about was trying to find 2 days or 2 weeks about the crypto, the crypto, and again fallen conversion which we have been telling for a long time. So it also went below the conversion. So it has fallen down, and now we have this moving average 100. But if you look at the upper trend line is still moving average 100 is at 30. It has formed, tried to form. Whenever you see these kind of moves, when it went touch a moving average and it is going up, you should always be high of 170. Say, hey, 30 is the close was 170, 30 come down. Okay, and the because you don't want it to not touch this line and then go up, because so it tried to big here it was so this is the level we are talking about, 29,000 weeks above. So if it crosses through this line and might touch also how much of the conversion? We might have a roller coaster ride. Pretty good. It was 2 weeks above the moving average and it was just over. That could be. We might see this bouncing in the market too. And also according to the alien down, so we might see it going in the bottom of the cloud. And which may be 163, then we might see this. So this level, I'm not sure, but what I'm seeing is 25. Definitely, it has gone down below the level which was 10, and if it goes up below above this line, we are looking at the next line, which is around 80 again. So what I'm feeling is if it forms 2 weeks below this, then maybe might be. We have a long time because it fell down for one bounce back above the moving average 10. Which is around 170 to 30. It will take a longer time. By the end of the year, we might see a further uptrend in that. So, but it's a long waiting game. So definitely, Tesla was beaten up big time to go above the higher high, above the but if high closely from here, it did its higher high, the all-time high, and it didn't hit the moving average 10. It came, it didn't. So that's all I had, folks, for today. Do you have any chart? But it didn't touch the moving average 10, which was at 972, right? So we got to see whether this has a move. Usually when the stocks go up, they go to the support or the resistance it has, and then it traces back. So here it didn't even touch the line issue. So we got to see whether it has legs to go to this level. So the 1000 level, this is this week, which forms a complete rotation from 952.
I'm here, but no questions from me.
So that was 968, 984. Power is Chandu, Subbarao, and this line is matching up with
No, I'm good.
So
Thank
we
you,
will
Sunny.
see. So yeah, hope you all have a profitable day, folks. I'm hoping that one will reach the top towards the Splunk falling down, and also keep a watch on Roblox. It might move. Moving average 50. So one thing is we are not yet out of the blues. So just play it day by day down, and market will give signs. And because the cross, whenever you are moving out of the moving averages, 6, or even whichever system you follow, either the to the bottom of the cloud, 600. Watch the levels. It needs to go to this level, and always go through the higher time frame chart.
So Tesla had a lower low, right, on the weekly chart?
Look at multiple time frames. One second. What was the question? The various
Tesla had a lower low on the weekly chart, right? Because the last week low was around.
Okay, folks. Then I will. That's all I have for today.
862. This week.
Catch you in the next video. Yeah, that is true. But what I am looking at is not that like
Sounds
that.
good.
I'm looking at the crest. The crest is like the all-time swing low. So basically, if you look at the swing low, it doesn't touch the swing. It hasn't gone below the swing low.
Yeah, it didn't touch the swing low. But I was just on a week over week, I saw more bearish. That's why I was concerned.
Yeah, I mentioned lower low. Okay, that was what I meant is the swing low. Sorry, that was the wrong thing. Thanks for pointing it out. Yes, I meant it by swing low. Basically, it has started the swing from 792, but it hasn't touched the line of trend line yet, and it just retraced. So definitely, that is where we are looking at here. Basically, will it go here and go back? Because usually when they go to the support or the resistances they have, and then they fall back. That's what it is. We can see example on that. For example, Google hit this line and then fell back. So if you see here, Google, it went all the way here and it hit it. Similarly, Amazon, two of the other stocks which are clearly in the downtrend, it went and hit this line, which is 3180 level, 3200 level, and it went and formed a lower low here. Okay, so that is why it's very important to identify the support and the resistances and play according to it. Any questions, Sandeep?
No, that's good. That's all. I was just.
Sorry, I meant swing low. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, not the lower low. Yeah, thanks for pointing out. So we saw Apple, we saw Tesla, Google, Amazon. The next one is the FB. FB is in a very, very unique situation. The big part about FB is the FB fell 2 rotations as per the GAN, and it is really at the very, very low. So, but the sad part is it was trying to form a candlestick above the moving average 200. If it is really going to finish below moving average 200, it's really sad. That means it's really, really in a very bad shape. That's what it is, because any stock going below moving average 200 is not good for it in the long run. Okay, but I haven't seen many of the good stocks going so much down. But that means it could, like as some people are predicting, it could be the doom of Facebook, or it could be anything. But this week will be a key factor if it can close above this moving average 200. If it closes above the moving average 200, the first level will be moving average 200, which is 285. And the next level will be the moving average 10, which is the 10 and the conversion, which is at around, the conversion is at around, how much is it? 284. And this one is around 306. So this is the trend line that is hitting it here. So this could be a fast move too, but let's see what is happening. Again, this is the first week. It has not formed any higher high. Even in the market, it is just picking up. Today, the markets are a little bit trying to bounce from these levels. But as I was mentioning earlier, the spike would go up to 435, and then again it can bounce to 446. But Nasdaq, again, as I was mentioning, for those of you who joined late, it has a potential to go to 382. But let's see again, it has. If you look at Nasdaq again, the same scenario, it has not formed the swing low. It is still not the lower swing low. The swing low, it has formed a lower low, but it is not above swing low. So it is kind of a retracement where it could get and hit the next level, which is 382. Okay. So some of the stocks are like, so that is why I'm hopefully we might see a blast and then falling down also very quick like Google. So it's very, very important to be nimble, folks. How nimble you are, and make sure you're managing your positions very well. Okay, we are going to see a volatile markets, big moves, big fall, big drops, those kind of things. All right, so the next one is Netflix again. Netflix is also same scenario. It hasn't formed still the swing low. Swing low is like here, and it has formed a 391, and it is still hanging in here. But the sad part is Netflix and Facebook, they are below the moving average 200. If it cannot get above the moving average 200, then we are looking for a deep dive, right? It's like in a bearish territory. So that's what is critical. So we have to see if it can cross this. It briefly crossed here, but it came to the, and as per the Fibonacci, you see here it went from 87.5, from 0 to 25, that's 25 degree retracement, 25 degree comeback, and then it went to 12.5. Now we have to see whether it has legs to go to 481, which is the conversion line or anything. As per Ichimoku, it hasn't reached any of the support. Though it has reached this one, but as per Ichimoku, it hasn't touched anything. Either this line has to come down or this has to. So I strongly feel there is a stronger move here up to 484 at least. And that means if it touches conversion, it will also touch moving average trend, which is 500, which we have been drum beating for quite a while, right? So that's what it is. So these are the levels that I'm looking. But when is the question? So when it's like this line is coinciding here, so Feb 28 could be the area where we are looking at. Okay, that's what it is. So having taken care of all the, did we miss any stock? Okay, one stock for today is Splunk. Splunk is looking really good. If you look at Splunk today, what happened is it formed last week, it was above moving average 10 and conversion. And today, this week, it has moved already to 125. So where could it go? The moving average 20 is at 133. You see, one thing you should notice, guys, whenever you are looking at a bigger chart, that will also reflect in the lower chart. You see here the top of the cloud is at 133. So this is what is going to happen. So this is 133 is the area. You want to make a quick move, then this could be your area. This could be your area of scaling out, coming out of the trade. So 133 could be a possibility for Splunk. One thing you have to notice is they have earnings on March 3rd. So whether they're going to wait for that or they're going to, but let's see, it all depends upon where it closes. It's second week. So let's see, we can draw a little bit line and see how it looks. So it is below this line. So if it crosses 120, then we have a good move. On the next 2 weeks, we should see this move. So I would prefer to play it on the March 3rd and then wait for to go here. But I don't know how the options are going to be. Are they going to be conducive to play this trade? If you're playing a trade, definitely there's a move here. In the pre-market, it has gone to 125. So I'm not sure what is the news, but it has definitely moved a big time in the pre-market. Okay. The other one is today, this week, there are some earnings reports, which is CAR. CAR is coming up. The CAR, it looks pretty, if you look at this CAR, right, it had bounced up from 157. but this trend line is around 151.85, and it touched the moving average 10, which is 198, and it also touched the Ichimoku conversion. So I feel for the earnings it is falling down. The next level is moving average 50. 50 is around 132.42. So it should touch this line and then it should go down to this 130 level. So CAR is maybe it's a short for the earnings. It is reporting on Feb 14. So today after the post market, it's reporting. So keep a watch on it, folks. So this is what it is. It's going on. The next one I wanted to talk about is Roblox. Roblox, you see this line, it had a 2 strong weeks, and there is a trend line here at basically on the weekly chart. There's this line which is 76.12, and the first average is around 84.82. So basically, it has gone. So we might see it going up to 76.50 and this 84.82 for the. But maybe we may not see the next level 87.55, but we should, because that is very close to the moving average 20. So we might see going it up to 84.51, and that is the level for the Roblox. And also they have earnings on Feb 15 after the market. Okay. So, this is one thing. And the next thing, the last thing I wanted to talk about is the BTC. The BTC, the crypto has again fallen down through this line, which we have been telling it for a long time, 43,850. So it has fallen down, and now we have this moving average 100, which is at, where is it? Simple moving average 100 is at 32. So whenever you see this kind of moves, when it didn't touch a moving average and it is going up, you should always be very skeptical. You should say, hey, this has a move to come down, okay? Because you don't want it to not touch this line and then go up, because that means there's a big retracement back here. So this is the level we are talking about, 29,000. So if it crosses through this line, it might touch also this. So we might have a roller coaster ride to 29,000. 30,000 guys. So that could be the level that from where it could reach. And also according to the Elliott wave, it is in the process of forming the third wave, and we should see this levels or even below this. So this level or this level, which is the next support line, which is 23,000. So these are the levels which you are looking at for. And if it goes up below above this line, we are looking at the next line, which is around 80. So what I'm feeling is this line might pick up, and we have a long time, because it fell down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you see, it might take a longer time. By the end of the year, we might see 100K. So, but it's a long waiting game, guys. So definitely, it takes at least 11 weeks to go above the swing high, from this higher high, the all-time high, to beat it. So it will take a long more time. So we should take advantage of it. So that's all I had, folks, for today. Do you have any charts or something that you want to look at? Folks? Did I lose you? Hello?
I'm here, but no questions from me.
Okay. No worries. Chandu, Subbarao, anyone?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Srini.
Yeah. So, yeah, hope you all have a profitable day, folks. One stock to watch is Splunk, and also keep a watch on Roblox. It might move with the market. So, one thing is we are not yet out of the blues. So, just play it day by day, and market will give signs. Whenever you are moving out of the moving averages, or even whichever system you follow, either the Ichimoku or either this, watch the levels and play accordingly. Okay, and always go through the higher time frame charts. I developed look at multiple time frames and see where the various resistance levels are. Okay, that's how this game works. Okay, folks, then I will, that's all I have for today. We'll catch you in the next video. Until then, have a profitable trading day. Bye.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.